Okay, the jungle. Now let's get into this. After the Steelers suffered I don't want to say brutal, but fairly decent loss, the rumblings are going on about Mike Tomlin already. Already there's a little bit of whispers. Should Mike Tomlin be out? And I have heard Pittsburgh Steelers fans say, enough is enough. Naturel, should Mike Tomlin be fired, or should he leave, or should he just be done with the Pittsburgh Steelers? Is that what's going on now?
Listen, if he is, I think it's a mistake. Listen, this guy has never had a losing season. Off the top, I don't know how many seasons he has. It's damn near 15. What? How long has he been coaching? We're gonna fact check it later. Listen, this is just about commentary. He's been coaching. This is the point. He's been coaching too long, too well, for that not to matter. Listen, it's one thing if your team is perennially bad. Like my Giants have been bad for a long time. We have had like one playoff win in the last over almost 10 years. This is sad. Mike Tomlin is getting flack for going to the playoffs too many times. So what? He doesn't win. He doesn't have a Hall of Fame quarterback anymore. Guess what? You get this man a Hall of Fame quarterback or near that in talent, and I bet you he'll be right there. So to me, it's about the talent you have. Guess what? Bill Belichick doesn't look that great without Hall of Fame quarterback, does he? Okay, so listen. Sometimes things go in cycles, and guess what? If they want Tomlin up out of there, he ain't going to be searching for a job for long. I know that.
You know, what happens a lot with any sports team is you have a marriage between the GM and the head coach. That's why even head coaches come into situations and they say, I want to be the GM, because of the fact that when a GM picks players, you have to coach them. And they might not be coachable, or they might not be the ones that you need for your system. So there has to be a marriage there between the two. And what you see is, especially with their wide receiver string, if you want to say, they seem to draft the most diva-esque wide receivers of all time. I mean, in a row. And it's like, how can this happen? Is it the coaching? Is it the system? I don't think it's the coaching. I think it's just the type of players that you pick. And when you're evaluating players, there can be red flags. There could be whatever, right? So for the Pittsburgh Steelers, it seems as though for their defense, they know what they're doing. They know how to draft. They always get good defensive players, good to great. They always hit it out the park. And Mike Tomlin is a defensive coach. So that marriage there is going good. The issue is with the offense. The offense is the issue. And you don't have a quarterback. Your running back, and your wide receiving core, So with that, he's making the best out of what he has. I don't know what Pittsburgh's going to do, who they would replace him with, that they think that they're going to be going marching to a Super Bowl with that team. What level of delusion are the Pittsburgh Steelers fans having right now? I mean, are you starting to get to Dallas Cowboy level where you just have a player come out and say, we're going to the Super Bowl next year? Because if you think you're going to fire Mike Tomlin and some magic genie is going to come and put you to the Super Bowl, you got another thing coming with that roster. Maybe instead of talking about Mike Tomlin, you should think about talking about your GM and getting better players on offense. That's how I look at it. The jungle.